Very good morning to our lovely lecturers, Miss Ida and Miss Norma. And okay, basically this is my team, the Aviators. Okay, I'm Rebecca and this is Chu Hong. Okay, and this is basically our first page-ish thing. Okay, moving on to our theme is triangles because you know they represent the beaks of birds. Okay. This is our site. About our site, it's basically a feeding station. It is situated at the bottom of the slope where the ostriches are because if you guys remember, the ostrich cages were like on top of a hill kind of thing. At the bottom there's like a smooth land, and that is our site where the feeding stations are. And basically we chose that because there were peacocks and silvery pigeons, roosting there, eating. And in that small picture right there is our site, actually. It's not so clear. Okay, the abiotic factors that are in our site are the topography, where there's a slight slope, sunlight, because sunlight, rocks, water. At the bottom of this, because our site is also on top of like a cliff sort of thing. At the bottom over there's like a small waterfall nearby, and the lake, river, pond. Climate, rain, hills, temperature, and air. Rain because that day as we were walking, it started drizzling for a little bit, for a while. Okay. Moving on to the biotic factors. Biotic factors, which are basically living creatures. So basically, there's the birds, where we saw the peacock and silvery pigeons. The trees, where the curly tree. The other plants like the fern, I guess, compact moss, and soil. Okay, first we were going to talk about I'm going to talk about the peacock. Okay, the scientific name for a peacock is called the pavo. Okay, under the characteristics, as you can read here, the crest, the top head acts like a crown. You know the thing they have. They can grow up to 2 feet tall in height, and the tail feathers, when they expand out, it can actually extend to a length of 5 feet, and they're usually colored with hues of blue and green surrounded by gold. They have a long neck, and they're tree-toed, basically long and scraggly feet. And the males are usually more vibrantly colored, so as to attract the females. Okay, their diet are basically consisting of, as you can see, the ant here represents insects, leaves, and that pumpkin-looking thing is actually a fig. The thing that looks like grapes are actually berries. They eat small mammals like lizards. Small mammals like rats, and small reptiles like lizards and seeds. Okay, they are usually found in forests and rainforests. And they are distributed in Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, and as well as Central Africa. Next, we have the silvery pigeon. This is the silvery pigeon. Okay. It has a silvery gray body. The males have pale bluish gray color with black undertips. Their upper tail are usually coverts, and they have a grayish-white base grayish-white color at the base of the tail. They have an orbital skin which is red, and they're up to 34 to 38 centimeters in length. Okay. Their diets consist of fruits, vegetables, earthworms, insects, seeds, leaves, and snails. Okay, they are usually found in mangroves, coastal forests in lowlands, as well as hills of offshore islands. Okay. They are distributed evenly in Borneo and Sumatra. Next, we would have our plant, which was found on the site, which is the tree, the curly tree, also known as the Madhyamkara hexandra. Okay, it's usually seen as a shrub or a tree, depending on their height, because they grow up from 3 to 12 meters tall. They are usually harvested from the wild, mainly for their use. They are cultivated in tropics and subtropics. They bear small seeded fruits, and these fruits they turn yellow at maturity. Basically, when they're yellow, they're ripe. You can eat them and all that. It tastes sweet, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. They use the fruit. They use it as food, leaves, fodder for cattle. Roughage. From this tree, we could also yield gum. Bark. The bark is actually used to cure fevers, and they're used as general tonic, and they retard fermentation of toddy. Toddy is a traditional drink. Traditional drink of, I forgot what country.
India.
Okay, India. Thriving conditions. They thrive more in the lower elevations, especially in southern China. Okay, this is the list of the distribution. They are distributed in Thailand, Myanmar, India, Sri Lanka, China, Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Cambodia. Finally, we have the 5 senses, what we experience on that side. Okay, first of all, we heard birds chirping, bird calls, like mating calls and all that. We also heard the gushing of water from the waterfalls and water streams, frogs by the pond, the rustling of leaves, and the shutters of cameras from people taking pictures of the birds. And we also heard whistling from, I don't know from where, from people and from the birds. Okay. Next, we would have a site, basically what we saw in the bird park. We saw bird ponds, bird cages, rubbish bins, the plantation. We also saw birds feeding on seed and fruits, and bird excretion on the walkway and branches. We actually have a video of like a bird, pooping, but we can't put it in here. I don't know why. Next, we would have the taste. Basically, we didn't have the courage or like to try out the pond water or the bird food like Happy did. So basically, since there were stalls there, so we just bought the coconut water, strawberry milk, and ice cream. So that is what we tasted in the bird park. Okay, what we felt the weather basically, which is hot and humid on that day. We also felt the smooth texture of the bird feathers, and as well as the waxy texture of leaves from plants. Okay, next we would have the sense of smell, where we smell the vegetation and the bird food, as well as the excretion of animals, the pond smell, the smell of decaying plants and fruits, and fresh air on certain locations like the bird gallery. And I guess that's all. Thank you.